Cynthia Sebastian with me. She's our Director of Risk Services here at Dean & Draper. How you doing, Cynthia?
Hey, Brian, how are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. You want to let everybody know a little bit about your background and how you got into risk management?
Yes. So I have been in risk management for over 25 years. I started risk management in the early 90s by default. I started with an industrial fabricating company in Corpus Christi, Texas, and they were involved in a oil and gas setback. So we ended up reducing our force down to 25% of our personnel. I started in the accounting department. I was attending school while working with them to pursue a career as a CPA. Little did I know that my career was going to change. I was charged to handle the workers' comp and work side by side with the safety director on all of the risk capabilities and functions that he had going on. So I assisted him doing safety trainings and just really became very passionate about what I was learning from him and what I did. That from that point on, that was going to be my career. In 1996, I asked by a headhunter if I was interested in coming to work for a retail convenience store chain. And I hesitated for a little bit. They were looking for someone in risk management that could build their program up because they had absolutely no program. So I was hired by the Susser family in 1996. We had 88 stores. We went through 5 acquisitions, and then we actually went public in 2004. We went from 88 stores to 660 when I departed after 21 years. I moved to Houston in 2017, and I joined Dean & Draper, so I've been with Dean & Draper for 3 years.
Good deal. So obviously that's a little bit of a unique background from most insurance agents that you'd run into.
Oh, absolutely.
Sets you apart a little bit differently because of that background.
Yes, it sure does. And through those acquisitions, we were acquiring different types of entities, not just C-stores. We acquired a wholesale distribution unit, which we ended up wholesaling C-stores and fuel. So along came transportation, along with some larger acquisitions of C-stores. In 2014, we were acquired by Energy Transfer Partners, which is in the energy sector. And so that gave me a little bit more of a diverse role, because then I kind of fell into the energy sector. So kind of have touched a little bit of many sectors with, you wouldn't think with a C-store, but we did.
Yeah, you've gotten to touch the retail side, the transportation side, and the energy side. So yeah, that's pretty diverse when it comes to our world. On top of the fact that obviously you've been an in-house risk manager before, so what kind of services do you bring your clients with the background you have?
So because I have really actually walked in the shoes of a risk manager, I really can relate to their pain points and what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. And understanding how to manage that total cost of risk really sets me apart. I know insurance companies or agents talk about total cost of risk a lot, but when you have actually sit in the chair of a risk manager and have to deal with the day-to-day challenges, you're able to just look at it a little bit different because you have a different set of eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's your day-to-day look like now? What are you spending your day doing as you're working with the many different clients you're working with now, as opposed to being in-house where you were really just working with one main company?
Yeah, so day to day, working with different clients with risk identification, doing loss trend developments, doing site inspections, claims management, oversight of claims, performing claims strategy reviews and audits, being a liaison on catastrophic losses, working with clients should they have a catastrophic loss, being able to have a response team that's available for them. Safety programs, training and education, developing, safety manuals, safety handbooks, employee handbooks. I also was involved in human resources, so I have an HR background as well.
Yeah, and those are all great assets that you can bring to the table that, someone who may have just come into the retail insurance side, the agency side, would never have gotten to experience. I mean, even from my shoes, I can talk about that, but, I haven't sat in the risk manager's chair for a company and done the day-to-day for 20 years. So those are all great things you can definitely bring to the table. Either in your dealings as a risk manager or on the agency side, do you have any interesting case studies or claims examples that you'd like to share?
Yeah, so a couple of things is I work with the client on a monthly basis, and we do open claims reviews, and we have reduced their reserves, their open reserves, quite a bit to show a big significance. Just reviewing their claims and analyzing them, and then providing them with either training guides so that they recognize what their trends are early on. I also worked with a client during Harvey that we helped them make sure that they were maximizing. We brought in a forensic accountant to make sure that they were getting everything that they were entitled to during that storm. So just working with different clients, making sure that we are being very proactive at risk mitigation, and then just intervene or being the liaison between the carriers and the underwriters to help them understand the client's view.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me. And before we kind of close it out, what do you like most about working in risk management?
So, like I said earlier, I'm very passionate about risk management, but my reward is when I can see that we've helped the client either understand their total cost of risk and help them manage it. So a lot of people don't understand what really is the total cost of risk. So my reward is when I see a client that we can physically show them that we are making an impact on their total cost of risk.
And I have to agree with you there. That's probably the most rewarding part is when a client starts to see the fruits of your hard work. People think,
Or their hard work.
True. Yeah, true. It's a team effort. A lot of people think we just quote insurance and we spend a couple weeks out of the year working and we don't do anything else throughout the rest of the year. So when all that other work starts to pay off, not only for us but for the client, that's the end goal.